1345, the mail from earlier still there, they want to try to park. 1335, it's a subject sitting in a white station wagon. You're placing around it. Just sitting there. It's not suspicious.
In the ICU, I've seen many patients with
flashing like a warning signs. You burst through the smoke with a reckless grin like midnight.
To another dimension, and now I'm like temporarily in this one, and I go temporarily to the other one. You just go temporarily to the other person. So that's the destination real quick. So here's how you can get there in a big ass way, where you're actually in control. And some people, statistically, 89% of people, when they first start lucid dreaming, mistake it for something else. They mistake it for their life for a few minutes, and then they finally realize, oh, this is the thing. This is what I'm doing now. But the entire game of this runs on one giant problem. When you're dreaming, here's the big deal. The critical thinking part of your brain, mostly the DMPFC, the dopamine prefrontal cortex, is mostly asleep. It's offline. So you can't really decide to get lucid from inside the dream. You have to install a habit while you're awake that fires on its own while you're asleep. So the first one is called the reality check. So if you want to do this all day tomorrow, I want you to stop in your tracks, set an alarm on your phone, whatever, and genuinely ask yourself whether you're dreaming right now. Do it 10, 20, 15 times. And here's the piece that I think everybody screws up. You can't ask it like it's a mantra, like I'm just saying the dream. You can actually check
if you don't know the answer.
All around the room, everywhere around you.
That's scary.
Be suspicious about it. Like there's a real possibility that the answer might be yes.
Oh, good. This brought up an interesting discussion in class. Look at them go off over there. So exactly. So if you ask somebody, are you awake or dreaming? I don't know, man. You're kidding though, right? You know you're awake. You're just fucking around. I was just being analytical. Analogies, you know, metaphoric. I was being metaphoric. Right, so obviously you can go, okay, that person's just fucking around. Are you awake? Do you know if you're awake or dreaming? Now, if you don't get an answer and they're just kind of staring off into space, maybe they got earbuds on or something. Sometimes their behavior, right? Right, if they're rocking back and forth, they're kind of acting really funny and they don't seem to hear you at all. Start waving in front of them, hey, are you there? And they don't seem to be able to communicate properly. There are ways, right? You can tell the difference, right? Right, it's one thing. Sometimes you have dreams that might feel realistic and you wake up like, wow, I felt like I was in there for like 20 years. Holy smokes, that was just all in one night. It's really quite thrilling. Right, so I think over the years, a lot of this stuff we're hearing within those loops and groups are people just trying to justify their ill behavior or get certain medications. Okay, this was well known. It's interesting to us, it's not really mentioned a lot. Call them out! But you can't do that in their worlds, or you're risking getting fired or sued for being insensitive to people's feelings. Are you fucking serious? Isn't this America? This is America. Are you a terrorist? You must. Right, so now are you asking yourself, are you awake or dreaming? I am awake. I am awake. That was unreal. Unbelievable. I must be dreaming. I must be dreaming. Oh, but doesn't know if it's awake or dreaming. No, I was just... Sometimes things are so unbelievable. It could be the wonder of it all, or how horrific. Like, there's no way someone's that sick and evil. It's in disbelief. It doesn't know how to accept reality. You know, people can spin it however they want. So hopefully we're coming to a time where we can speak freely around people. It seems like a lot of them can't. They're not real, dude. Have you been to some of their gatherings and events? Wow. No, see, we got sick of that. Like 2006, 7, 8, it was already past the point of... In the 90s, when we were 12 years old, these bitches used to get fucking upset with us because we'd make fun of their eyelashes and how much time they put into their eyes and mascara and their nails. And it just got worse. I mean, we weren't making fun in a mean way. Right, it was just to be fun and goofy. We were trying to be like the SNL people. And then, you know, some people can't take a joke. Especially when you're the daughter of, you know, yeah, they know. See how they all know? And people just take offense to it. I'm not saying anything mean. I'm trying to let them know what other people have been saying for years. They don't seem to get it. They're so caught up in themselves, dude. Their egos are beyond. That's not even an ego problem. That's they've done things and lied for so many years that it's almost incapable, I think, of accepting the truth, or it would die. That's why it has to take so much medications and stuff like that, so we can get through the day and not be all anxietied up. And so they can sleep at night. They need their other drugs and sleeping pills or whatever else. I know, many have healed themselves and they came off the medications. They probably got victim funding, went into these rehabs that you've been paying for. Did you go on the psychedelic path or the other? Yeah, no, remember back in 2010, it was either like methadone or Suboxone. I know, isn't that interesting? The methadone clinics, a lot of them got shut down. Some of the crimes being exposed. Yeah, it was bad. Right, so it's interesting, yeah, how many have been put into submission and silenced about a lot of those things. Oh, when you're surrounded by addicts and criminals, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's how it's happening. And when you see everybody try to move around and shift around and silence the me's and kill them and take their licenses and target their children and their parents who think they're actually doing good, you know, they just really want to teach people to be contributing members of society and not be so ungrateful. Yeah, you know, when you actually hear what's been going on, no, we were beyond sickened by this decades ago. Do you understand that? Right, we're lucky to still be alive. And that sick motherfucker with our kids, who likes to fucking torture and beat up little kids, are telling you right now, the proper authorities need to do what they can to get those children away from those sick fucks and address the facts and concerns here at the Governor Hill Mansion in Augusta, Maine. I love how they trigger the good stuff, you know? Well, sometimes, you know, the wrath of God isn't nice. That's the point. And a lot of people don't seem to realize that. If it sounds angry or upset, it must be crazy or needs to be locked up and medicated. No, I guess you don't understand. That's the whole point of the cross. When you do something wrong, you get punished for it. Yeah, karma's a bitch, ain't it? It really is. Is it a curse or a blessing, though? I guess it depends. I don't know. What's next to your name? What color flags do you have next to your name? What's this flag talk about? Oh, they're trying to get people to burn flags in the street, and then they send out some fucking idiots actually burning a flag and being stupid. And they make money off of that media, and nobody addresses, like, what was actually being said about the flags. And they weren't even talking about those kind of flags. I know, and then the rainbow discussion. What's this talk about rainbow? And then to cover up a lot of the crimes going on, I'm telling you right now, same time frame, back between 2006 and 10, the Market America Coast to Coasters and Rainbow Vacuum people, we worked for all of them actually, and the rainbow ones, right, those motherfucking cunts that we told you're not going to get away with this shit, smacking at me with their gum. Snitches get stitches. And then, yeah, I was at Al and Sissy LaCarter, their son Angelo. They were the ones doing the training for the rainbow vacuum salespeople. Yeah, we did the training. We did some. We tried to sell a few. We usually don't stay into that shit too long. We just dip in and out. If you look back over the years and the before and after, you might have caught on to that. We must be the culprits, huh? You smelt it, you dealt it. Right, so then when you understand the fucking cunts and nasty people we were dealing with within the main parent federation, so that's why I tell you we're very well versed, from the fucking streets to the legal systems, to the state systems, to law enforcement, to healthcare. You're not gonna fucking tell us shit. And the proper authorities need to address the fraud and abuse here and get our children away from those sick fucks. Do you understand? Oh, good. Thanks, Grimace. Thanks, Grim Reaper. Who else is here? The Headless Horseman. Who else we got? Come on, give me some names. Knight Rider? Okay. The Lone Ranger.
Black smoke rising from the boulevard. Heavy engines tearing up the street.
Charlemagne?
Walking fast with a dangerous smile. Like trouble falling.
We're having a coffee. An afternoon coffee. Well, an evening coffee, I should say.
Like thunder cracking
It's about 6:30 here, August 14th, 2026. Are you awake or dreaming?
like a freight train.
Alright. So you understand that whether or not you hear voices or you can't tell if you're awake or dreaming, that doesn't get you out of crimes you may have committed. Whether or not you thought you were hearing God or the devil or people around you. Something. It's like a broken record. Right, so regardless, hopefully they understand that, yeah? I don't know. I mean, is there a way we could get that education into the public school systems, or is that impossible? I mean, it's amazing. You know, they say no, 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 but then the gender ideology stuff and all that just slipped through the cracks amongst the pandemic and mask mandates and Pizzagate and criminal and psychic and charity networks being upheavaled, Clinton smashing a laptop, Hunter Biden laptop. Whose else laptop we got? We got them all. They're right at our fingertips whenever we want them.
Motorcycles lined outside the dive, engines growling hard alive, pool balls cracking through cigarette haze, everybody trapped in reckless ways.
Yeah, so what?
Beneath blood red light, like danger wrapped in Saturday night, black leather shining under smoke, like every promise already broke. The baseline roll thick and low, like flood water ready to overflow. Every screaming guitar band.
Right, well, I mean, you have some people that are doing a lot of those things. I see what you're talking about. So you see how investigators or people, watchdog groups or anybody investigating anything of concern with those matters, or investigations with drugs or a whole host of things. You can see how some people can get shut out because of other investigations, and that's why they keep those other investigations open and under review, and it stops other people from looking into things, and they could get in trouble. It makes us sick, actually, when we think about the loops and the bullshit a lot of people have had to go through, and they've survived. Not all of them. Yeah, I know, when you think of different loops and groups over the years, there were some where it seemed like they were all gone. They all died. Freak accidents, overdoses, or they just disappeared. I think they went under witness protection, some of them. Or undercover, whatever you want to call that, yeah.
There's something that overpowers them in you, that seems to obscure the awareness, or the awareness is pushed to the side, and this thing, this proper thing, does it anyway. And again, my answer is a little bit similar to what I said to the first questioner tonight. The power of presence needs to grow in you so that it is strong enough it's not willpower, because willpower is not the best way of dealing with these things, but it's what I'm talking about could sometimes be confused with willpower, but